sequoia. The two of them walk by. People say, oh boy. Ask me why I'm bringing a baby into battle. It's really irresponsible and getting them rattled. Get off of my back, damn it! I didn't learn parenting. My daddy was a planet. Zandu Hasselfrau, Zandu Hasselfrau. Alright. What were we doing here? Anybody remember? No, nobody remembers. Alright, let's get that to there. Ah, see, it does start to take it off now. Used to not do that, so we'll go traditional art. Painting. We'll put drawing. I don't know if that's right. Tutorial. Art commissions. That's good. Root. I hurt myself today. See if I still feel. I focus on the pain. The only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole. The old familiar sting. Try to kill it all the way. But I remember everything. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end. And you could have it all. My empire of dirt. I will let you down. I will make you hurt. I wear this crown of thorns upon my liar's chair, full of broken thoughts I cannot repair. Beneath the stains of time, the feeling disappear. You are someone else. I am still right here. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end. And you could have it all. My empire of dirt. I will let you down. I will make you hurt. If I could start again, a million miles away, I would keep myself. I would find a way.
Now, so I'm starting this a little earlier than usual, and I'm going to end it a little earlier than usual. Primarily because this weekend has been huge. I had so much going on this weekend, and it was all good. I mean, it's not like it was like, stuff like that. Like, this was a great weekend. Don't get me wrong. Like, I got out of work early on Friday because I took off. Met up with my friend Valerie downtown. It's been at least 18 years. I was trying to figure it out. I think I went back to, like, she was working at the University Arts glass blowing studio, like, for a little while after we had graduated. And I think I'd stopped in 2001. Stopped in and seen her. I think that's the last time I actually saw her. You know, we've kept in touch through Facebook and all that shit, but it's like, you know, that's only so far. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so much Facebook can offer you. And so it was like, cool. We got to, like, hang out. We went through a couple galleries, like, not many, because there weren't many open.
I couldn't find galleries, but I'm working on adding more local businesses.
What the fuck? Anyway. We hit a gallery that's entirely dedicated to bongs, and that was hilarious to me. Like, $5,000 bongs. Like, really? Like, I'm not in that scene at all, but I know enough to know that if I'm smoking out of a $5,000 bong, skunk weed better fucking be awesome out of it. You know what I mean? Anyway. Drank a bunch of beer and shot some pool and wandered around South Street and 12th Street and Pine Street. Like, we were all over. It was pretty cool. And then, like, it was in downtown for like 8 hours or something like that. We stopped in and saw my buddy Jay, who was moving this weekend. And so, now originally the plan was I was actually going to pick up Val on Saturday after the Flyers game that I was taking my son to for his birthday, and we'd go out to dinner. But Val had like she had a convention, so she had like a convention post-dinner thing to like meet and greet other, you know, people showing. It was like, no, I get it, go. Like, go. Get, you know, like, get connections. Like, I get it. Like, so I was like, dude, do that. And it actually worked out because Jay needed some help too, so it ended up, Jay came over right after, like, we got done eating dinner, and ended up helping Jay out, moving some stuff, and so I was around with him last night, and moving stuff around the house, and getting, like getting him as best settled as they could, because they were having, like, the movers moving big shit today. And so I was like, cool, you know, but man, it was, like, tiresome. It's like, whew. Like, I got home, I'm sweating, I'm like, I'm beat. And they're just like, yeah, okay, well, we'll watch Punisher, and we're watching Punisher, and both of us are like, oh, we're watching, and it's, you know, it was a good episode too, but we were drifting off, couldn't help it. So, and then today I had to help Jay out again with a little bit, and had stuff with the family, and you know, so like I said, it was a busy weekend, but it was all good stuff. But because of it, I'm like, you know what, let's cut this stream a little early tonight, but let's keep it the hours up to about the same. I still have other shit I had to do. I didn't get to, but I got to figure it out sometime to work through them. I got places to contact about showing some nice paintings, and I got places I got to contact regarding, like I got to contact Jerry's Artorama, because I said a couple of episodes ago, you know, I've been accepted as part of their brand ambassador program thingy. So they said, tell us what you want. You know, it's like I go through their what's most beneficial right now to hook me up. You know, if they can hook me up with, and go see if I can get the gesso out of them, because I need the gesso like bad right now. I am dying for gesso at this point. Like, I have enough to add second coats onto the other 16 by 20 canvases I have. But I don't have enough for anything really beyond that. I might be able to get one more canvas stretched out of it, but I'm not sure. It was fun though. This whole weekend, like I said, Val and I were hanging out Friday. I'm going down South Street, and it's like South Street's changed so much, and it's so different from when we went to school downtown and stuff. And we were like spending like the whole time like, what used to be there? No, that used to be this, and you know, that used to be at Tower Records, and that was it, and. She wanted to argue with me where Zipperhead used to be, though. I was like, no, I know where Zipperhead used to be. And she's like, no, it's right down here, like, near Lorenzo's. I'm like, it's nowhere near, it's down 2 blocks that way. No, it was right. I'm like, Val, listen to me. It's right across from Jim Stiggs. I was like, the ants are right there. They're still there. And the reason I know that is because when my friend Bungo and I were putting together the comic Menace that we were trying to do, you know, it took place in Philly, and one of the first scenes we had, well, the first scene in the comic that we were doing, was taking place at Zipperhead. Like, he was right above the Zipperhead ants. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a building down South Street. Literally has a zipper going down. There's, like, 7 or 8 ants on the building. Giant, like, metal ants. Don't know why. I have no idea what the hell those were. The zipper makes sense. The ants, who knows. But, I had taken so many shots of that area trying to get reference photos for the comic book that I was like, I know exactly where this is. I had that whole section of South Street, like, I have a map of it in my head at this point, like, from that, back then at least, from like 2003, 2004. I know every building that was, like, right there at least. The rest of South Street I'm a mess on. Again, the brain went a little cuckoo, so everything's jumbled, but it was so we're gonna wrap these things up right down here, this weird shit down here. One of the galleries we were at, and I don't have the card with me, so I don't remember who the artist was that was showing. It was at the Fan Art Gallery downtown. F period, A period, N period. Like, don't even ask me what that, like, is supposed to, I don't remember. But, actually might be able to see it written on the wall. Can you see it on the wall? No. You don't see it. It's above the pencil sharpener on the wall up there. A bunch of galleries I was thinking about. Anyway. Including the 3rd Street Gallery, which is actually on 2nd Street, but don't ask me. Anyway. Actually, I think that's gone now. But anyway. One of the galleries we went to, there was an artist there, and his work's very bright, very brilliant colors. And I was saying to Val, I said, there's something in this, I think, that, like, if I intend on using these types of generic, you know, like fractal patternings, eventually going into the actual subject matters themselves, that is to say, you know, either the shoes or, you know, a still life or you know, something else, or of, landscape or anything like that, I'm going to have to do like that. Like he diminished a lot of details. He was just using big blocks of color, and it's basically the same kind of concept. I'm going to have to use large areas that are just like, okay, this is solely, like instead of being like worrying about like, okay, this bunch of leaves and this bunch of leaves or whatever, it's going to be like, this is all the leaves, and they're going to have all these weird fractal patterns within them. So I'm going to have to, I know when it comes time to, if I'm going to transition this stuff to truly be used wholly into the photo, into the image, that's something that's going to have to come into play. That it's going to have to be like, I'm going to lose details, just natural to the state of the artwork. It's just a matter of like, say, okay, if I was doing these shoes like this, which I'm not going to do, but like, where do I make those calls? That's where the things have to get a little tricky. Like, is all this, anything that would be fabric, or any, like just this whole thing here, that's all this fractal patterning thing, and any of the details of like the stitching anywhere along here, all gone, forgotten about, don't worry about it, and then okay, well, the front of the sneaker and the rubber of the sole, like, do I worry about those, or do I just make all that one thing, and again, all these fractal patternings all along, and maybe like a few detail lines or whatever, dividers, or like this is one and then that's two, same back here. Is this all one back here, or do I do like the little bit of the heel part? That's all the shit I gotta figure out. I haven't quite nailed down what I'm gonna do. Still life of fruit's easy technically. Here's the one fruit, that's all one set of fractal patterning. If just gonna wrap up these little bits of the green, I think. I don't even know if I need to do a shadowy tone. Like last time I did this patterning on the other set of shoes I put like a blue, shady tint on there. I think I'm gonna go without it. At least for now. If I get farther in the painting I feel like it needs it, then we'll do that, but I'm not sure it's 100% necessary. Drop frame rate at. Oh, drop frame rate's pretty low. Still happening, which doesn't make me happy, but at least it's less than a percentage point. Look out for small favors, I guess, right? It was funny though on Friday because, like I said, I got to leave work early because I took time off, and some stuff was starting to go down where it was like I could almost hear my boss ready to go, "Nah, can you stick around?" And I was all set with a photo of 2 middle fingers, like, you know, like that, like. There are many, many crazy things that keep me loving you. With your permission, may I list a few? Your hat, the way you sip your tea, the memory of all that. No, no, they can't take that away from me. The way your smile just beams, the way you sing off key, the way you haunt my dreams. No, no, they can't take that away from me. We may never, never meet again on a bumpy road to love. Still always keep the memory of the way you hold your knife, the way we danced until 3, the way you changed my life. No, they can't take that away from me. No, they can't take that away from me. Yeah. Then twisted. This rap shit is mine, motherfucker. Fuck it. Yeah, fuck what you heard. It's what you're hearing. It's what you're hearing. Listen. It's what you're hearing. Listen. Listen. X gonna give it to you. Fuck waiting for you to get it on your own. X gonna deliver it to you. Knock, knock, open up the door. It's real with the non-stop pop of stainless steel. Go hard getting busy with it. But I got such a good heart that I make the motherfucker wonder if he did it. Damn right, and I'll do it again. I am nice, so I got to win. Break bread with the enemy. No matter how they catch you. Break who's sending me. You motherfuckers want to know nothing but your life saved. Bitch, that's called a life debt, motherfucker. They won't be the one getting up on his knees. Bitch, please. Have to play. Stay out my way, motherfucker. Then we're gonna pop, go, let it go. X gonna give it to you. He gonna give it to you. X gonna give it to you. He gonna give it to you. First we gonna rock, then we gonna roll, then we let it pop. X gonna give it to you. He gonna give it to you. X gonna give it to you. Ain't never gave nothing to me. But every time I turn around, cops get their hands out wanting something from me. I ain't got it, so you can't get it. Let's leave it at that, cause I ain't with full strength. So like the Earl in the bullpen, you against me against you. I'm a wolf in sheep's clothing. Can chill, get back to that streets bumping. Fight these tears. Working the work, it's all for the kids. These cats done forgot what work is. They don't know who they be. They don't know who they see. Rock, then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, go, let it go. He gonna give it to you, X gonna give it to you, he gonna give it to you. Then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, go, let it go. X gonna give it to you, he gonna give it to you, X gonna give it to you, he gonna give it to you. And when I know got them down in the life and the love and they give it back. Talk too much for too long. Don't give up, you're too strong. Love to the wild, wild honeys. And even about the thing, it's about getting down for what you stand for, yo. pop, go, let it go. We're gonna give it to you. First we're gonna rock, then we're gonna roll, then we let it pop, go, let it go. X gonna give it to you. He gonna give it to you. X gonna give it to you. I try to have this thing focused on this, so hopefully these things will show up a little better than last time. Because last time I had a low resolution trying to stop the drop frame rate, which didn't work at all. So we're gonna try this way this time. I have been noticing too that it must be something with this new router because even my cable boxes are starting to act funny. The cable boxes didn't change, but suddenly, like when we try to like do something from on demand, all the shit's like pixelating and loading funny, and it's like it's gotta be something. I mean, it's gotta go through the modem first before it goes to the cable box. So gotta be something there. I just can't figure out what. I gotta be careful because fucking Verizon will charge you a fuck ton of money for a guy to come out and just look at it. So even if they give you bum equipment, and you know it's bum equipment, when they come out to and they find it being bum equipment, they're gonna charge you for them giving you bum equipment. That kitty's what we refer to as a scam. He's in, there's a chair. Welcome to modern America, kitties. We're gonna sell you garbage, and when you find out that it's garbage and you say, hey, fix this garbage, they're gonna be like, okay, well, we charge you to fix the garbage that we sent you. And we bought and paid all your politicians, so guess what, kiddies? You ain't got any recourses. Show me in on your new mission, wake me up within the session, help me trust your mighty wisdom. Yes, I equal, I am not proud. Show me how you question questions, lead the way to my gestation. Take my hand and keep it clean. Yes, I equal, I am not proud. This was not very strong. I'm not a very strong swimmer. If you've ever been a fan of Christopher Guest movies and you've never seen the Saturday Night Live skit about the men synchronized swimming, you have done a disservice to yourself. I urge you to go find that skit. It is effing hilarious. It's something I didn't get when I was younger. Like when I first saw that skit, like I think I probably first saw it I think it was on Short Attention Span Theater on Ha. Before it was Comedy Central, it was Ha. Not many people remember that. Everybody just knew it as Comedy Central, but it used to be called Ha. Just like a lot of people don't know that MTV, before it was MTV, actually was PTV, Poker Television. You won't find that in a lot of history books because it's a lie. But no, but Ha really did was the thing. But anyway, Short Attention Span Theater, I think it was the first time I saw that Christopher Guest sketch of like, you know, two brothers trying to get men synchronized swimming into the Olympics, and it's just wild and stupid. It was on Saturday Night Live, but originally, but I never saw it on that one. It's just weird. If you don't get it, you don't get it. And when I was like, 10 years old, I didn't get it. But Jesus, it's funny because if you like any Christopher Guest movie, every single one of them can be like drawn right back to that sketch. kind of everyday Joes with the this crazy idea or whatever. That, it's hilarious. And Martin Short's got, I'm not a very strong swimmer. It's hilarious. I'm gonna feel the way I do today, 'cause you make me feel so young. You make me feel so young. You make me feel so spring has sprung. And every time I see you grin, I'm such a happy individual. The moment that you speak, I wanna go play hide and seek. I wanna go and bounce the moon just like a toy balloon. You make me feel so young. You make me feel so songs to be sung, bells to be rung, a wonderful plane to be flown. Oh, not in that one. Not tonight. Not ever, probably. Just want to see if this comes through. Our frames are going down, which is good. It's a good thing. Yeah, you still really can't see those colors, can you? God damn it. Oh well. Again, I'll just always say, check the, check the Instagram. Just where fine under this bridge I lie down. See how they run, catch butterflies, trip over words with gifts and garage. Just for the fine, see how it looks. So much. People the words with gifts and garage. Dance. just when you think you're in control, just when you think you got hold, just when you get on a roll. Oh, there it goes, here it goes, here it goes again. Oh, here it goes again. I should have known, should have known again. Oh, here it goes again. Alright, now I'm sure I've told many stories there. I've said, this is how bad a memory I have. And in fact, I'm sure I did, but I've forgotten about it, so I'm going to do it anyway. Which just reinforces the point. But anyway. When I was having drinks with Val on Friday, I made some comment. Well, I'd asked her, I was talking about the convention she's at, and she was saying how it's like really about like industry insider things. So it's people that like are jewelry dealers coming to look at small jewelers that they can possibly get jewelry from and wholesale, and then she can get some orders, and instead of selling one or two through a website or whatever here and there, she would be getting someone ordering 100 to sell in their store in Kentucky, Arizona, whatever, Arizona pops in my head because she said she got one there. But anyway, so we're talking about it, and then I stupidly made another comment again about like selling to an individual at the show. Like, in other words, like somebody comes up and says, "Hey, I'd like to buy the earrings," and I'm like, and I said it. She goes, "Brian, I told you it's not for it's not for individuals. It's wholesale." Yeah, no. And I was trying to explain, like, look, I got the memory's shit now. It's absolute shit. And it was just like I kept trying to explain to her, like, I really am sorry. This is what my wife has to deal with. She tells me to do something, and it's like, yeah, okay, I'll do that, and then I completely forget about it, like, literally 30 seconds later. And I won't lie, some of our conversation from Friday is part of the reason why I want to cut the stream a little early tonight, so I can actually go and spend a little bit of time with my wife. Because one of the things she was saying is like, with stuff going on, that she's going through a split. That sucks. And one of the things she said is like she was like telling her husband before they split, like, you need to pay attention to me, like kind of thing. And it's like, this weekend I haven't had much time with the wife. Though sometimes I think she actually prefers that. I can be exhausting. So I think like, so I don't know whether this is a weekend where maybe she was probably going, thank God he's off my back for a little while. He's heavy. Terrible joke. But damn it, she's gonna have to deal with me for a little bit tonight. Last night she was almost forced to, but then Jay came in and swooped in and said, "Hey, I need help." She was like, "Get him out of this house." And no. Say the timing was everything, made him want to be everywhere. There's a lot to be said for nowhere. One of the random discoveries of Friday night was when we were wandering around town, we ended up passing by the University Arts School store. And it's not directly on campus. It's like a like a block or two over from the main school and everything. I guess it's about 2 blocks over, so I think we were on 12th. And like, it's a store. It's a legitimate, like, this is a building with lots of things in it, and there's lots of University Arts labeled shirts and coffee mugs and what have you. And I'm like, dude, when we were at school, and University Arts was no small school then. Like, it's not like it was a tiny little, you know, private school or anything like that. I mean, it was a private school, but like, it's not like a tiny little thing. It was half a Broad Street. The school store was a like small little room. It had like one of those half doors, you know, where you open the top or the bottom together. Like, yeah, they're individual. They only opened up the top door, and like everything that they sold pretty much could be hung on that one half of the top door. It's like crazy. And now they have like a store. Wow. I gotta get some University Arts shit sometime soon. Yeah. 'Cause I just kissed my baby. And her name got me to think of me. 'Cause I just kissed my baby. So good. I just kissed my baby. 'Cause I just kissed my baby. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah. Get along. Feels new. Just kiss my baby. I'm going back for number 2. 'Cause I just kissed my baby. One of the cool things though is that Jay and I were talking last night as we were driving around and coming back into like, so he's bring me home and stuff after I was helping him move some of the stuff into his house. And we're looking at different restaurants up and down the stretch between our houses. And you know, he was asking about the area, like different things. I was like, yeah, this place is cool, that's cool. And I was like, dude, man, we can, and we both kind of like, dude, we can actually like hang out, like we can all go out to dinner together. Like, I was gonna make a joke because his wife and him were talking about having kids soon, and then I'm like, you know, you got dinner with us, and that'll change that shit real fast. Go to dinner with Vincent and Sophia, and Jesus Christ, you'll never want kids again. I've been saying for years I should charge the high school in the area. I'll rent the kids out, you know, for like the sex ed class. You could just like have to like have the, you know, have a pair of the teenagers or whatever, take care of my kids for an hour or two. You know, but they have to be in the same room. You can't like just be like watching them and then like they go into like, you know, or Vincent goes into his room and Sophia goes downstairs or whatever. Or Vincent goes in the basement. No. You have to keep them in the same room. Go shopping together or something like that. I'll give them one to go shopping. That's fine. And then once you've had to do that with my children, you will never. You will practice the safest sex you can in your life. Like, everyone will get to know their hands very well. Anyway, what did I say? Maybe I really should change this channel to a mature channel. I don't know. I've run that idea past my wife, and she said, "You mature?" My folks for dinner tonight, and we were talking about somehow the subject of kids and fertility and all that stuff came up, and I forget why, but like my mom was talking about how her doctor back then was like, yeah, you're gonna have trouble conceiving for the first time, but once you have one, you'll be back to normal. And that's pretty much what happened. She had a miscarriage when we were, before my sister, and oh no, fuck Amazon. God damn it! I gotta listen to the fucking Christmas music now, because otherwise it'll make me re-sign in. And then when I play it and when I have it, I gotta listen to it all again. All right, so I start singing Christmas music. It's not my fault. It's just I'm not thinking and it's going on. Anyway, son of a bitch. Anyway, we were talking about it, and like we were saying how my brother and my sister are what they were typically referred to as Irish twins. Okay, they're 11 months apart, and then I am 5 years after my brother, and my mom said after I was born, she turned to my father and said, "Don't touch me." And I turned to my wife and I said, "You see, after I was born," my mom said, "we've had the perfect child, so it could stop." And my oldest daughter was at the table too as we were talking about this before dinner. Both my oldest child and my wife began laughing hysterically. That's not very nice of them. They can't even let me have that delusion. They'll let me have the one with the fucking where I hear sales engineers in the fucking living room of my house, but no, fucking, Oh no, it's good. Okay. This is quiet to start. Okay. I just find, this is just easier with this small brush again. I mean, is it the most effective? I don't know. So that bigger brush is starting to fray a little bit. Maybe I'll ask them for that brush. See if they have a replacement for that. You guys hear my son in there screaming? It may not be very audible over the freaking Japanese flute, but boy. Stupid enough to leave up the thirsty thing, wasn't I? Yes, I was. we made a pattern like that before. I'm gonna try to straighten out, and this is where I get screwed up. I'm gonna try to straighten out this line. As I said, eventually what I'd like to do is I would like to figure out a way of doing patterning that seems similar but has a different feel about it, you know, like between different sections. And again, I'm not sure how that will play out or how that has to play out to make it work. You know, like maybe I need to figure out a way to make it like I don't know if organic's the right type of word. Sounds right. Like have more, or, you know, and these have kind of organic flowing kind of feels to them. But like, so these would be more like, you know, round organic
Just
type
to
looking.
confirm, you'd like to hear the song Would You Like to Know More?
No! What the fuck are you doing? I think it's gonna be a frustrating night tonight. Or these have, you know, like this would have more organic shapes to it. This would be like a harder edge thing to it. I'm not sure. I feel like it's probably something that would work. I mean, but that's also very, like, expected, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, it's a table, it's, you know, the wall could be whatever, but the table you kind of almost expect to have a hard edge. I don't know. Oh, there's still too much fucking... No, get that fucking off of there. Oh, shit. Why is there that much fucking turpentine on there? That's not good. I'm gonna fuck with this thing for like a while, too. Wiped it off. Wipe the brush off. Oh, I guess we're gonna have to go with that a little bit, though. Again, that's kind of the challenge of this, is like letting shit happen sometimes. Vincent, if you don't start yelling in there, I swear to God, Mike it would be entertaining as all hell for my no viewers. turn off time soon, because this is getting hot in here. Nobody on Twitch wants me to take off all my clothes. A couple of years ago, the Phillies, my dad comes in. It's a rainy day, so like usually when you're a host, for rainy days are actually pretty good for us because we can make a bunch of money from people that'll tip you for drying their seats and shit. And my dad was in a pretty good section. I want to say he was in like the 140s that day or something like that. So he had made a bunch of tips, and he comes into the staff room, and he pulls out the wad of ones from his pocket. That's pretty much all everybody does. Gives you like $2 or $3, A couple people give you a 5 or 10 maybe if you're lucky. But he pulls out this wad of ones and he goes, "Jesus Christ, I look like a stripper." Like, look at all these ones. And I was like, "Yeah, Dad, they were probably at the club. Like, put them back on. Okay, just here. Here's some ones. Just put the clothes back on, damn it." Now this is one of those nights where I'd gotten a ride down to the ballpark. I want to say it was when my mom was still working for the Phillies. Or not working for the Phillies, we were still working at Siemens. So if she would drive me off the ballpark, my dad would drive me home from there. And so I would carpool basically with both parents that day. Oh, what fun. I can get twice as many lectures in a day. But anyway, so my father decided to retort with, "I guess you are walking home tonight." To which I replied, "I'll tell Mom." Because yes, I may have been in my late 30s, but damn it all, I am not above writing at my father. To my mother. Ah, shit, that went too far. This one's not looking too hot right here. Let's divide right here. I want to split that out a little bit. I came to see you fly. Disappeared this morning. Come back tonight. Light up a cigarette, she said, and calm the fuck down. This here's a beautiful song that's hiding underneath the sand. Taking up my mind. Voodoo lady, voodoo lady, I was thirsty for everything. Wasn't my style. Treat you wrong. Oh, are you for real? When I walk on by, girls be looking like Dammy Fly. I pick to the beat, walk that street in my new free, yeah. That's how I roll. With a big afro, and like Bruce Leroy, I got the glow, yo. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out. I work out when I walk in the spot. This is what I see. Everybody stops and is staring at me. I got a passion in my pants and I ain't afraid to show it. I'm sexy and I know it. When I'm at the law, security just can't fight them off. And when I'm at the beach, I'm a speedo trying to tan my cheeks. What? This is how I roll. Come on, ladies, it's time to go. We're heading to the bar, baby. Don't be nervous. No shoes, no shirt, and I still get service. Why? Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out. I work out. Check it out. Wiggle, 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 yeah. 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 Do the wiggle dance. Or do the wiggle dance. I'm sexy and I know it. Hey! Chicks dig it. Talk about sexy. Okay. Yo, Mike, what's up? What's happening? You didn't miss much not coming up this weekend. Like, Jay's move was pretty smooth, I guess, with the movers today, so, like, he had some car issues, so he called me for that later on in the day, but he said moved in wise, they were pretty much where they were in it to be. But he's, like, literally, like, about, you know, like 8 to 10 minutes from the house here, so it's fucking awesome. We're actually planning like a, yeah, no, yeah, it's raining a little bit here. I don't know what it's going to do down there, but it was starting to do like some raining right as we were coming home tonight. So I don't know. But I was with Jay last night. I helped him move some of the stuff from, like, the little stuff from his house to, from his apartment to the house. House is gorgeous. It's very similar here. It's kind of like, you know, like almost like a lead row home type thing. I mean, he's like kind of middle. It's about the same size as here. He's But it's cool. He's got a nice layout. His basement's nicely done. Like, it's got a finished side, unfinished side. It's cool though. So we're talking now. I'm like, dude, we gotta, now we can go to like some bars together pretty easily and just hang out. We're talking about doing a Denny's night one night. Oh no, I was harassing my friend regarding weather. I was harassing my friend Val, who's in town from Oregon. Because when I first looked at the weather, like earlier in the week, they were talking for rain. The moment she arrived, basically. And I was like, oh, I see you're bringing that lovely northwestern sunlight with you. Also pronounced rain. And then, of course, it was like a gorgeous day on Friday when we were wandering around the city. I was sweating my balls off the whole time. So what did you do this weekend? Where's my fucking phone? Here it is. Whew. Oh, lucky bastard. Like I said, mine was busy, but it was like all good stuff, so I was like okay with it. Like it wasn't just like running around with the kids and getting, having to yell at them the whole time, like as is normally the case when we have to go shopping and do whatever other normal nonsense we have to do. It was like, so Friday I logged out of my computer at like 12:20 or something like that. Grabbed the kids some lunch and then went downtown. The one depressing thing I had happened. Oh, okay. Now where's the parade at? Is it down there? It's like the pipe and drum thing. Okay. Now the one depressing thing I found out, because you know where this was, I think. I'm pretty sure I showed you. The parking lot I always used to like to park in for like if I was going to any convention or the car show or anything like that, anything at the convention center. It's back on 12th and Callahil. It was right across from my old job. On weekends it's pretty much always free because I never had an attendant, so you could always just like pull in there. And on weekdays it was like a $5 parking lot, like it was no problem. Well, apparently that parking lot was bought out by the Best Western over on Vine Street, which it's a relatively new one from what I can tell. Why their parking lot's 2 blocks back, I'd be a little pissed if I was staying there, but it's all automated now, so there's no more free weekends at 12th and Callahil. I'm very, very bummed about that. But for some reason, the building that we were going to use as Menace's hideout is still there. So they did all this other shit to it, but that building is still there. It's old, knocked down, like... Not knocked down, but like... rotted out thing. What time's the parade tomorrow? I guess because it's President's Day, it's not really like a... I keep forgetting that it is President's Day, because I still have to work. Because the Germans are like, American presidents! We don't care! Your current one's an asshole! So they're this... Okay. Well, that should be cool. I don't get to do nothing cool on President's Day. I get to get yelled at. Monty, the freaking tiki. What now? matter of fact, I'll be right back. I gotta take a leak. So I'm trying to entertain. Now I clown around when I hang around with the underground. Girls used to frown saying, damn, when I come around, gas me. And when they pass me, they used to diss me. Harass me. That's me, they could kiss me. And the fact that I'm the leader of the band, there's the third shift job makes someone able to do it. So, what are you guys going to do about that? Do you guys, I mean, you have to... okay. Well, that's fucking true. Dude, you've always been the type of person, like, you know... Like, alright, this shit needs to be done, and get it done, and you know... That's fucking awesome. I think it's true. I don't think it's like you should be questioning that shit. You've always had that ability. I have no idea what that's like. Let's put it this way. Val and I at one point on Friday were talking about something. We're actually talking about a couple of things going on with Allie and stuff, and one of the things we're mentioning is how she's got her I don't remember where it falls. Well, it's the middle sibling on her mother's side. It's transitioning. He's becoming Anakin, right? Yeah. He's chosen the name Anakin for himself, and I was saying something about that, and Val said how she doesn't like the name, and I was like, oh, that's funny because you know she almost had two brothers named Anakin because I almost named Vincent that, and I meant to tell more of the story, and then I just got sidetracked into something, and I just remembered it like 8 o'clock this morning when I went to the bathroom. Well, okay. Also, you know, promotion. Do you get to wear stripes? Wait, what? Which? That I almost named Vincent Anakin, or that Allie's got a, you know, her sibling on her mother's side is transitioning? I mean, look, Heather shot it down like day one when I said, hey, we should name him, and it was like, no. If that's what the question is. Yeah, and it was Emily was what she was born and named as, right? Yes, Erica's the youngest. Yes. So, yeah. And I'll say, having known them as Emily and having known them as Anakin, like, definitely much happier as Anakin. You know, I mean, I guess I know them, but having, like, you know, been at a couple events where, for something for Allie, it was like, Emily definitely seemed to be, like, very low, you know? So, oh yeah, it's cool. Yeah, when Allie first told me, I was like, yeah, you realize you almost then would have had 2 brothers named Anakin. And she was like, what? And then I had to explain how the circumstances surrounding Vincent's conception made me want to name him Anakin. I had to have told you that one, right? I know I said it on the 24-hour stream when Allie and Andrew were here. But that's just it. I was going to explain why I wanted to name Vincent Anakin to Val, and I totally, like I said, I got sidetracked, and I completely forgot. And then 8 o'clock this morning, I went to go to the bathroom, I went, I meant to tell Val about that! So. No, surprisingly not. Though that would have explained it, because technically the doctors told us that we were, like, at one point they told us that I was infertile, and then the other time they told us that she was infertile. And that I was fine, so and I was like, well, thank you for noticing. And you remember the old townhouse that we rented? I had my Star Wars figures, like, going along the wall, whatever, alright. And I was collecting the episode 3 figures, which are, like, all along here now. And when we were moving into that townhouse, like, the day we were touring it with the property manager, I was like, we looked at that small bedroom that became my studio there and everything, and I was saying, yeah, this is gonna be my art studio. I was like, I'm gonna put all my Star Wars figures all along the walls. And then I turned to Heather and I said, watch, I'll get all the figures I want, and I'll have them all on the wall, perfectly set up. And I said, you'll turn out pregnant, and I'll have to take them all down. And son of a bitch, if I got... Oh, I already put them way back there. I'm not going to put it back. There was a Target exclusive lava reflection Darth Vader that I had held in my hands at Target once, and I didn't buy it that day. And I was like, and sure enough, I couldn't find it again. And at Wizard World in 2006, I was there on a Sunday. And I walked past the one figure booth, and there's a lava reflection Target exclusive Darth Vader, and it was posted up there for $50. I talked the guy down to 20, or no, maybe 25. I might have done half price. And so I was like, because it was the last thing I needed. I had every other Revenge of the Sith figure, all the variants and all that other crazy shit. I had all of them. Except that one fucking figure. And so I was like, I'll take it for 25. Fine. I didn't pay any extra for any other figures, but that one I was like, fine, we'll do it. And so I got it home. I rearranged the whole fucking studio so that thing was perfectly in front of my drawing desk, like dead center. And I had the Lava Reflection Anakin and Lava Reflection Obi-Wan, like when they're dueling. Like, I had that set up on either side. Perfect room now. And we go to Hershey Park that following weekend, and getting there, and Heather goes, I don't think I should ride any of the rides. Why not? Well, I'm late. What do you mean you're late? I'm late. Well, how late? Late. So sure enough, got all my figures perfectly laid out. She ended up pregnant. And I said, the baby should be named Anakin, and she says, no! We're not naming it after a fucking Star Wars character. So I knew not even to bring up Admiral Akbar as a secondary choice. See, what I should have done is I should have brought up Admiral Akbar as the first choice, and then negotiated her down to Anakin. And that's true. I mean, that is 100% truth. It's terrifying at how fucking, like, good I am at predicting, my good bad luck, if you will. I don't know how else to put it. Like, it's like, like, look, we had been trying to have a kid, at the time when we were being told, ain't happening. She got me again later, though, when okay, we got Vincent William, that's fine. That was another name I'd had in my head since I was like a kid, believe it or not. A lot of people don't, but it was the truth. And at the time that, like, right around when he was born, Volkswagen was having like a ad campaign where they were calling them V-dubs. And I was like, we should call them V-dubs! She's like, no. Not at all. In that very sweet, why the hell did I marry you voice that she has sometimes. Talent, fame, money, refinement, brain. She didn't find it cute either when I pointed out, like, Sophia's got a kid in her class. Well, I don't know if he's still in her class, but he is in her grade. His name's Luke. And he's named after Skywalker. Like, his folks are big, Star Wars nerds. And, so I was pointing that out to her. I was like, look, he's named Luke after Star Wars. She was like, shut up. Vincent chimed in that he didn't want his name changed, so it's like, alright. Clearly I'm outvoted. Once in on the streets where once was paved, Mr. Blue. Now back to on Allie's brother Anakin. Now he I don't know. I know surgery hasn't been done yet, or any of that stuff. Like, I don't know whether that's planned post 18 or not. Like, yeah. Like, right now, being underage, it's not really like, you know. He can only make so many calls for himself, kind of thing, you know. And it worked out in a lot of ways too, because someone my dad knows, like same age group as my father, recently came to us transgender, and they're again kind of going through the whole process, and I believe they've started the hormone treatment. But they started living as Franny, and when I had found out about it, I was like, look, kiddies, yeah, like, I was very, yeah, I tried to be very supportive of Franny, and I did let her know. I said, yeah, look, there's a couple things that, like Franny was very concerned about losing my dad as a friend. And I said, well, that's something that's sort of gonna happen even when he's accepting of it, because he doesn't have girlfriends. Like, that's just not how it works with him, you know? Like, you know, he has women that he's friends with to a degree, in a lot of ways, you know? And, but for the most part, he's not usually alone without them, without significant others, or in a group. And I was like, well, that's part of the issue. I said, you know, I can't make any guarantees on any of that other stuff. But one of the things I did do immediately was, like, I went right to Allie and right to Samantha, and I was like, look, you girls need to, you know, Papa might need some help. I'm like, and, you know, and understanding all this. So he's come a lot farther than where he was when I was younger. In understanding, like, the, you know, not normal, you know, straight, get a job, lifestyle, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, there were things that he couldn't understand really about the whole, just even having to deal with an artist, let alone, you know, until Sammy came along and having to, like, you know, deal with that actual, like, okay, my granddaughter's a lesbian, and having to understand that, and coming to terms with that, and figuring it out, and still, you know, and so he got accepted in that, and he came along with that pretty well, and then, you know, it's like, in this case, it was like, okay, kiddo, you've got experience with this whole thing, you are the one we're going to have to fall back on the most, you know? And so she when Franny finally came out to my dad, yeah, she had all this stuff ready, like, here's all this, you know, alliance stuff, you know? It was cool. Our generation's so fucking good with that. That's the thing that kills me. That sometimes, like, I look at some of the stuff, like, and I don't know that's, again, I've said this before. I don't know if it's an age thing with Vincent and his friends and stuff. I mean, they're only 12, you know, ish. Not any. I mean, Vincent's, I think, the first in his primary group of friends to turn 12. I think. And it's like, you know, they're very, very childish and very, very, you know, prejudgmental in certain things. I've given him shit about it, and if I hear his friends do anything like that in my house, they sure as hell get an earful. But it doesn't seem to stop it on their like PlayStation chats or anything like that, despite my best efforts. And it's like, I kind of feel it feels weird because like Allie had a friend Connor who came out at I'm trying to think if he was 12 or 13, but he came out as gay, like, you know, in middle school, and I was like, dude, like when Allie told me, and I was like, there was a photo on her Facebook page when I still had access to her login, you know, because I was like, you can go on social media, but only if I see everything. And there was a picture of her and Connor, and like they were out front of I think it was Ridley Bowl. But like Ridley Bowl has like some of the bricks that come out, and they only go up so far. But like they were climbing up them, and Connor had his hand on her ass, and I was like, "So who's that kid that's got his hand on your ass?" And she goes, "Oh, that's Connor. He's gay." And I was like, "Wait, what?" Like, because it was like so young. I'm like, "Wait." I was like, "He came out this early in life," and she goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "Really?" And she's like, "Yeah." I was like, "That takes balls of steel, man." I'm like, holy shit, the way, you know, middle school kids can be. I was like, that's fucking ballsy, dude. I was like, he's got mad respect from me. And she goes, okay. And I said, by the way, I said, I don't know how things are normally with you guys in this type of school situation, like, you know, how you guys are now as far as a generation goes, but I'm like, you know, like, he's a friend of yours. You gotta be ready to throw down for him. And she was like, I know. I'm like, okay. And I was like, and if I ever hear you use a slur to, you know, if you get into a fight with him and you use slurs like that, I was like, I'll whoop on you. I'm like, I'll come down on you like you won't believe. It's like, you won't think about being grounded for any other weird shit. You'll get grounded for that shit. I'm like, I'll come down like fucking hellfire on you. And she goes, no, I get it. I know. I was like, okay, just so you're aware. Now, what happened on Twitter? I have a Twitter, but it is so pathetically like low with followers and shit. I don't even log on. I don't even think my own father follows me on Twitter. So I'm pretty sure he has one. And he's... But it's cool. Like I'll say this. Like, I have an awesome picture from Allie's graduation. Connor's like right next to her. They're both making faces at me. You know, just taking photos from the stands. It's cute. Oh yeah, I've seen that, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I have seen that one, yeah. Yeah, I think I might have... I don't know if I shared that one or not. I thought I did. There was something... It wasn't quite that... Yeah, like, I mean, it wasn't like a specific woman calling it out. It was just more of like the... and the entire gay internet. There's a whole other internet? Shit! You can't get to Explorer, I know that. There's no way that the gay internet would use Explorer. So I gotta fit, you know, Chrome's too mainstream, so I gotta, what, Firefox? What? Anyway. That's pretty much what I laid down. It was like, look, you know, it's kind of the same thing. Like, look, he needs help or anything like that, you let me know. Well, it's funny, like, I kind of wonder if, like, when you came out, if that might have had an effect many years later on Sammy when she came out to me. Like, yeah. No stairway. No fucking smoke on the water either. Get enough of that shit in Sam Ash. No, but I remember when you had come out, I had gone on a car ride with Sammy. I don't remember where we were going. I remember I was having a conversation with her at the, like... She might have been coming out to... You know what? No. That would have been far too late. She couldn't have been coming out with me in Malvern. But for some reason, we were in media. We were getting off the, like, you know, off of Route 1 going into media. And, I had said something to her about, like, how you would come out, and how you would come out, but Phil did not, to me. And how, like, that was kind of, like, pissed off. Like, I shouldn't say pissed off, that's not right. But disappointed and saddened by that he didn't feel comfortable to come out to me. And, I can't help but wonder if that was something, like, later on when she came out, it was like, she was, like, totally, like, Uncle Brian's gonna be fine with it. Like, you know, kind of thing. But I did kind of like, it was like that with, like I said, like, 'cause I know at one point Connor and his dad were kind of like a bit of odds. I was like, well, if he needs anybody to talk to him, like, you know, whatever. I'm like, I'm here. I have enough, you know. It's like I have enough friends in the community that I totally can, if I can't be 100% commiserating with it, I can find somebody, you know. I hope so. Like, my only concern is it seems like, again, I have a small sample group of who Vincent plays games with, and their chats seem to be very, like, not as cool about it, and that kind of worries me. I mean, I'm thinking, I'm hoping that I'm getting through to him, and I think I am. I hope I am. You know, like, making it clear, like, and the prejudice shit you see online, better not. It's not going to fly here, you know. And as I said, I don't know. I don't know what it is outside of this, because they don't come over to my house. You know, nobody comes over to each other's house to play anymore. You know. At one point, he had found some sort of YouTube video, which was definitely. He was talking to me, it was like, he goes, Daddy, you know, sometimes people get up, you know, just because, what was it? It was like, this is, if somebody's proud, you know, just because people are proud of being white doesn't necessarily mean that that's a racist thing. I was like, no, it is, buddy. It really is, you know. No, I know, and that's just it. I was like, dude, I was like, that really is, and I went through and tried to explain to him, like, how that really plays out, like, and I was like, it really is, and so I hope I'm getting through on that shit. But it's funny, because, like I said, with Allie's generation, and not even, like, sexuality or anything like that, it was like, they were so accepting of so much stuff, it was fucking unbelievable. Like, there was a special needs student, they called Big John, who, like, he, it's basically, like, I think he was, like, the equipment manager of the football team. I don't know how much he actually did on the team. But they, like, everybody loved him. They kept him around, you know, like, and he was homecoming king. And it was like, holy shit, man, like, I think back to our, like, just our generation and how some of the special ed kids were treated. It's like, fuck, man. Like, you know, it's like, it's just amazing. It's just they were so fucking like her school. There were so many times, man. You see some of these little reports coming out from Ridley, and it's like they were so good with, and it was like they like literally it was like, oh my god, it's making me cry. It's like, you know, and it's like, oh my god, it's making me tear up now because it's like, oh my god, it was so beautiful. And so it's like, I'm just hoping that again that this is like a, if the culture of acceptance and stuff stayed cool in Ridley, you know, like in the high school, like they'll flush their shit out through the middle school. They'll get up to high school, and as freshmen, they'll realize like, oh, you know, like, oh, everybody's okay with this other stuff. Oh, well then fine, fuck it, you know. That's what I'm kind of hoping goes through, in like the, you know, look, there's some of his friends I look at and I go, oh, they're gonna be assholes their whole life, and I can't, you know, I can't help but think that. There are a number of other kids where it was like, dude, you're just, you know, like, you're gonna find it out, and it'll be okay. Well, yeah, and he did, and that's the thing. I mean, I can't speak 100% for the band, but, yeah, like, radio station, yeah. Windscript was Windscript as a whole was awesome. Me and Crab kept butting heads on occasion. Well, I eventually just became like, you can have work if you like it, but otherwise I ain't being part of this. But still never forgive her for the you know. See, well, I was freshman then, but so you weren't there, but that's true. I won't lie, I was part of the group that was very like resistant to like the jocks that were suddenly listening to grunge and, you know. Hey, fuckers, this is my stuff. Yeah, you like Porch. Good for you. You know, like... That's true, but I will admit, alright, when Val and I were wandering around South Street, we went to the Tattooed Moms, right? And, you know, like, Tattooed Moms is, like, punk central. Like, you go upstairs and it's all stickers from bands that, you know, and shit that had played there for fucking, you know, years ago or whatever. Like, it's just nothing but, like, graffiti and all sorts of nonsense everywhere. It's fucking beautiful, you know. And then we heard somebody talking about how there was, like, Pitbull and, like, Katy Perry on, like, the jukebox. And you're like, that's weird. That's a little strange. You know, like, that's a little, And it's not even like I would expect to go in there and hear punk music that, like, I'd be like, oh, I like this band. You know, like, I know them. No, it's like, you know, it's just like one of those things where, like, isn't this supposed to be, like, super underground whatever? Like... And we had just come from Brownies on 2nd? I think it's on 2nd Street. I'm pretty sure it's on 2nd. And we'd been like up in the pool area. Val played some Cardi B. What else did she play? Somebody else I don't know. Oh, Spider, got him. Anyway, she played Cardi B. I think it was Kesha. I'm not sure. And then I had like Wu-Tang on. Played some Queen, some Morphine, and then like a dude came up and was playing Misfits. I think it was Mastodon. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, nice! Sweet. What did you do, fucking Streamlabs? That is really weird, because my drop rate's only like 3%, 0.3%. And that's been consistent. It's about the best I've had it running. Oh, you son of a bitch. See, alright. My Amazon's logged out, so I can't skip anything. And now I'm stuck to, like, if I try to change it, I have to log back into Amazon. Like, for some reason it'll still play, though. And so now it's forcing me to listen to Christmas music, you motherfucker. Oh god, I'm gonna start singing. Stop it! Stop it! Alright, alright. Anyway, I'm gonna take it out. Well, I can't do this. Oh, okay, well that might, yeah, if you're trying to reload shit, that'll probably... Because if I have to refresh on here, I end up, like, if I try to refresh, like, Instagram or anything like that on this while I'm streaming, it's like, fuck you, we're dropping everything. So, that's why I try not to do that too much here. I mean, I'll, what time is, I just want to see what time it is in the stream. Come on, you gotta tell me somewhere, right? Somewhere. 1:51. Okay. I'll try to remember just to check it out, like, when I transfer it over to YouTube. Make sure it's not something happening all over. Of course, it could also be that I just ended up repeating myself. It's just as plausible. I was saying earlier tonight, Vala told me like what her convention was going to be like, and then like maybe 10 minutes later, I made another comment about it that was like basically repeating the same thing, you know. And she had to tell me that the con was, you know, for industry insiders and not for individual people going again. I was like, oh yeah. I have the attention span of a goldfish when I'm not in front of a canvas. It's on tax. Disrespect. Break your neck. Looks like a high heel. Everybody, to it, get stupid. Let's get it started. Ha, let's get it started. Body and soul. You'll appreciate this, though, Mike. We were talking, and for some reason, I can't remember what exactly it was, but our New Year's Eve party that we had came up, and we were making cracks about like when Allie's boyfriend Andrew showed up to the party because he had been working, and just so he could be there before midnight, he came in his full police uniform. And so as soon as he came through the door, Jay was like, "Oh shit, the cops, man!" Like, you know. And I was joking around with Allie. I was like, "Yeah, you know what I should have done? Is I should have had like some like pretend stripper music ready to go as soon as Andrew came in the door." And she looked at me and goes, "Oh, don't encourage him. He probably would have started like back, you know, like all that." And I was like, and I probably would have just gone right with it, kiddo. I was like, you know, when you were little, I was like, I used to, you know, give really bad lap dances to my friends for their birthdays in, you know, Denny's parking lots. And I was like, don't worry, you weren't there. It wasn't like I was like, here, someone hold Allie, and then me go. but it gave me comfort to know. Oh, okay, it gave me comfort to know that I could pass that bad lap dances torch on if I need to Andrew. Now, when you were watching it, did you miss literally everything I just said about the lap dances and Andrew pretending to be a stripper? No. Wait, the lap dance part? Well, you were the lap dance part in one of them at least. It's definitely a picture of you in a lot like this, as I'm like giving my terrible. Okay. Yeah, but Ali was sitting there like I was saying this, and Ali starts to look at me like, I am so glad I did not know this when I was younger, and now I'm never gonna have that picture out of my head. I'm like, cool. Me fail English? That's impossible. Me once between. Well, that's like last night. Like I said, we were helping Jay. I was helping Jay move, and as we were driving into the city, he got a phone call from another friend of his, or whatever, and she said that she had left a bag at his apartment, stuff, and she was asking if he could come bring it by or something. And he was like, "Yeah, we can do that, So then naturally we get to Jay's apartment, we load up everything we're going to do. We start driving away, and Jay goes, "Oh shit!" And turn back around, and we start going back to this apartment. And he calls back to Nay, and he's like, "Hey, we're almost there. There's a bag on the table. Oh yeah, I gotta get that." He said, "Just bring it out, and And I was like, "Dude, I'll grab it." And he goes, "Yeah, so Brian will grab them." Right, and I guess he was thinking about everything in the bag. And I was like, "Yeah, I'll grab them." And I was like, "Oh wait, you mean the bag?" "Oh, all right. Sorry, Danae, I haven't told it big Handsy." So I just assumed it was okay. And you can hear Danae give the laugh that like Heather gives sometimes, like that "Why did I marry you?" thing to Jay because of what I said. Like, oh God, you're friends. But again, it's like he dropped the wrong, just slightly wrong phrasing there, and I jumped right on that shit. Change. Alright, so we'll go for another half hour or so. I'm not running. Call it quits tonight. I figure this makes sense too. So I'm a little on the weekend. It's just like I'm so busy, and then the kids are going to bed at 9:30. So rather than have to go in, clean up, give him a kiss, come back out here and paint for, what, 10 minutes, 15 minutes before I had to go back in and clean up and call him, you know, for the night. I figure this will work out better.
This our town of Halloween. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Pumpkin scream in the dead of night. In this town of Halloween.
Eyes glowing red. I guess those pictures we have, it was you and Len, right? I think it was like, I took care of both you guys on the same day in the Denny's parking lot that day. Red and black, slide green. Aren't you scared? Well, that's just fine.
Everybody scream. Everybody scream. I am the shimmering midnight, filling your dreams to the brim with fright.
Halloween, 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 Halloween. Tender memories everywhere.
Life's no fun without a good scare. That's our job, but we're not new. In our town of Halloween. In this town, don't we love it now?
Everyone's waiting for the next surprise.
Won't you please make way for a very special guy? Lonely Jack is king of the pumpkin patch ride. To the pumpkin king now. In this town we call home, everyone hail to the pumpkin song. La 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 la.
Sticking to the back of my neck again. Let's trim that down a little bit. No, Amazon Music is fucking with me tonight. Oh my god. You can't change it. We're gonna play all the songs you usually skip. Yeah.
We were barely 17 and we were barely dressed. Baby, don't you know it's sad? Ain't no doubt about it, we were doubly blessed. 'Cause we were barely 17 and we were barely dressed. Baby, don't you hear my call? Such about on the radio.
it's cold and lonely in the deep dark night. I can see paradise by the dashboard lights. Oh, it's cold and lonely in the deep dark night. Down the valley, we were doubly blessed. We're gonna go all the way tonight. 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 I had an interesting thing happen to me yesterday, though. It's a little terrifying. Our very own beautiful Gritty Flyers mascot extraordinaire had written a letter, like an open letter to Bryce Harper, basically explaining to him, like, sure, you go play on the West Coast, but you'll never be great playing on the West Coast. You come to Philly, and you deal with the 6-year-old telling you suck when you miss a play, or Granny telling you to, swing the bat better, pansy, or whatever, like all sorts of stuff. All sorts of great Philly trash talk stuff happening from, I'd say out of the normal type of people that would be screaming these types of things, but in Philly it's pretty normal. But it was a very long letter, and so I shared it. And then what absolutely terrified me was then Gritty said, invited me to like his page, and I'm like, Gritty says to do something, you do it. So I liked Gritty's Facebook page now. I ain't arguing with that thing ever. I mean, hey, look, Philly will temper its players in fire, That's the way we like to look at it. Jimmy Rollins notoriously one time called Philly fans fair weather fans. And boy, did they drag him through the shitter for that one. Because as people like to point out to him, it wasn't that we're fair weather. It's like, look, when you're playing like shit, we will call you out for it. We will still love you when you come back. And, I mean, it sounds very fair weathery. But it's more like, it's more, I guess it's more like, like when parents will tell you, like, we're not angry, we're not mad, we're just disappointed. Like, it's kind of that same thing. Like, we're not going to stop loving you as a player, but we sure as shit will tell you you suck when you're sucking. Like... And, so he's right that, like, look, you'll find out what you're worth in Philly for real, because we will tell you, And look, there are times when, like, shit just turns against you, and we acknowledge that shit too very often. Like, I've been to plenty of Phillies games, obviously from working there, where, pitcher's doing a decent game, and then suddenly everything just turns against them, man. And you could see the defense, shortstop missing plays and shit like that, but it's costing the pitcher runs. It hits them with earned runs, and it's like the pitcher comes out and they'll get applauded off the field, and who was not dealing. Let's put it that way. That day, and if it's not the pitcher's fault, then we get it, and it's But if you're Jonathan Papelbon and you're sucking and the fans are letting you know, and then you decide to grab your crotch and yell at us, guess what? We're going to let you know we don't like that. And, but yeah, when Gritty, it was 10 minutes after that, Gritty invited you to like his page. And I'm like, I better do what Gritty invites me to do. I ain't messing with a mascot that looks like a meth head from Kensington. Truth be told, I adore Gritty. At the hockey game yesterday, I took my son for his birthday. Alright, we're at the hockey game, and at one point Gritty was doing a dance or whatever in the one little leaning area. And I guess another fan had come up as they'd finished the dance thing. I guess he's ready to move off soon. And a fan must have come over looking to grab a picture or something. And they tapped Gritty on the arm, like in a blind spot kind of thing. Gritty's looking this way and someone comes over and taps him. And Gritty turns around and just full on cocks back. I was like, that's fucking great. That's about as Philly a thing as it gets, man. I'm like, don't fucking sneak up on me. I'll knock you the fuck out, dude. It was very entertaining. I started dying, and my son's like, what's so funny, Daddy? I was like, Gritty literally just pulled back on a fan. It was awesome. It was so beautiful. And I don't know if it was a thing that was just going to happen anyway, or whether it was something that was kind of brought in at the same time, or whether it was brought in as a thing that's very Gritty-like. But the Flyers have, and I don't know if maybe other teams do. I haven't seen it anywhere else. But their T-shirt cannon now is no longer the Fanatics got a T-shirt cannon, his little thing, and it, whatever. Yeah, well, his is a hot dog cannon in the back of his SUV, the SUV thing or whatever, or ATV thing. But he has a manual, hot dog, or T-shirt cannon, and it just, boom, whatever. The Flyers T-shirt cannon is a Gatling gun. It comes out and has a big-ass rotunda. It's got 3, actual cannon tubes or whatever. And it just goes around and literally you're just seeing T-shirts just boom, 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 like that. Instead of being like boom, 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 it just fires fucking all, it rains hellfire down on the fans for, The only catch of it is you have to be sitting, you can't be on either end of the ice. If you're behind other goals and you're behind the net, they can't fire above this. But if you're in any other spots, man, be fair warned. You could be shot by a T-shirt. I never get that one right. It's a tongue twister. Close at the door doesn't mean our brains have changed from hand grenades. You have another psychopath sitting next to you. You have another sitting next to you. Something I see you. And after all I said, please don't forget. All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you. Alright, man. You have a good night. Yeah, I'm only going to be on for another, 12 minutes anyway, if that. So. You have a good night. Enjoy the parade. I hope to see some pictures, man.
Sorry, I don't know that.
The fuck are you talking about? Anyway. Alright. Alright, like I said, have a good night. Post pictures, man. And I hope they do like a full on like promotional ceremony so you get your ass like new stripes or whatever. Watch your friends say, let's take it slow. Wait for them to ask you, you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse. All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Why'd you come? You knew you should have stayed. I tried to warn you just to stay away. And now they're outside ready to bust. He looks like you might be one of us. I guess if I were a smarter man and Mike said he's gonna jump, I should be like, no, don't do it, you have so much to live for. I'm not a smart man. That was right.
How do I cement my
Beautiful handyman.
It's just a little down because when you're not, you thought you were the candy man. Don't get strung out by the way I look. Don't judge a book by its cover. I'm not much of a man by the light of day. By night I'm one hell of a lover. I'm just a sweet transvestite. Sexual Transylvania. Ha ha. Let me show you around. Can you sign? You look like you're both pretty grooving. Want something visual? That's not too abysmal. You could take an old Steve Reeves movie. Use your phone. We're both in a bit of a hurry. Just say where we are and then go back to the car. We don't want to be in a worry. Well, you got caught with a flat. Well, how about that? Oh, babies, don't you panic. By the light of the night, it'll all seem alright. I'll get you a satanic mechanic. Just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Would you stay for the night? Or maybe a bite? Cause you're my favorite obsession. I've been making a man. Blonde hair and a tan is good for relieving my tension. Just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Hey, that's a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. And it belches in the director's cut. Come up to the lab. Let's see what's on the slab. I see you shiver with anticipation. But maybe the rain is really to blame. So I'll remove the cause. But not the symptom. Gotta put it on here. This is the song I sing in my head when I'm talking to my customers. Oh yeah. This one. This one. Heads of state who ride and wrangle, who look at your face from more than one angle. You from their bloated budgets like sharpening knives through chicken McNuggets. Now heads of state who ride and wrangle, look at your face from more than one angle, can cut you from their bloated budgets like sharpened knives through chicken McNuggets. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Right. Right. Learn to buck up. Right. Shut the fuck up. Hey. Oh. Now. Learn to buck up. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now, nimble fingers, a dance on numbers, will eat your children and steal your thunder, while heavy torsos that heave and hurl will crunch like nuts in the mouths of squirrels. Now, nimble fingers, a dance on numbers, will eat your children and steal your thunder, while heavy torsos that heave and hurl will crunch like nuts in the mouths of squirrels. Shut the fuck up. Now, shut the fuck up. Right. Now, learn to buck up. Right, shut the fuck up. Hey, oh, now, learn to buck up. Simple feet that flicker like fire and burn like candles in smoky spires do more to turn my joy to sadness than somber thoughts of burning planets. Now, clever feet that flicker like fire and burn like candles in smoky spires do more to turn my joy to sadness than somber thoughts of burning planets. All right. Okay. I don't wanna hear it. That's right. Okay. Wanna. Yeah. Nah. I don't wanna hear it. I have to fix that one too real quick before we go. Alright, so it is almost perfectly 9:30. So I am going to call it a night here. Oh, I had to put on something good too. Oh well. Alright, we're going to close that out. Get rid of that. Alright, so next stream will be tomorrow night at 9:15. Not that there's anybody here. I think it's just me, myself, and I. And I left the thing already. So, yep, tomorrow night. Like I said, 9:15 till 10:30. Alright. Catch you later, Evil Bill and Ted.